Hey everyone, welcome back to Rob's Car World. Tonight's top pick is a 1993 Buick Regal. I found this car just a little while ago on Craigslist out in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Let's go check this car out. Get the window here for you. You can see this car. It's an interesting car. Horrible photos, which I always love about people that are so lazy they don't pull the car out of the garage to take some photographs. But it doesn't stop me. Sometimes these are very good cars to buy, and I believe this one is that type of deal. The person's asking $5,000. We'll get into the price in a little while. It's got 78,000 miles. But why do I like this car so much? Well, I worked at National Car Rental when this car first came out, and the third generation Regal now took over where the rear-wheel drive, if you remember the GNXs and things like that. Goodbye performance for 1987, and hello to the third generation front wheel drive, boring type of car. Well, when this car came out at the National Car Rental, I had a chance to drive it almost every day. And the first gen was really just a two-door coupe. It was launched as a coupe, and then the four-door version came out later on. And I was pleasantly surprised with this 3.8-liter V6 engine, and just mounted the way it was balanced and the way it handled. This car was like super quick and very responsive compared to a front engine rear wheel drive, full frame type car. This third generation was quite improved, and it was assembled in Canada, old Canada, which will become part of the United States soon. But it was a really car that was shared with the Chevy Lumina, the Oldsmobile Cutlass Supreme, and the Pontiac Grand Prix. And this was a cash cow for General Motors at the time. What was really striking about the car was not only how well balanced it was as far as a platform and suspension, but the interior took on this all new look at the time, where it was a beautiful, wrapped around dashboard, and the gauges were squinted inside there, almost like it is today with these LED type screens and things like that. It was just a very welcoming type feel. Now, you got to remember back in 1993 or 87, there was no type of, they didn't have any type of airbag. So they were required by 1993, 92, they were required to have supplemental restraints that were passive. So when you got in the car, you actually, it was very clever, actually. GM did a much better job than Ford. Ford, if you remember the car that we posted a little while ago, the T-Bird, had the tracks that went on the A-pillar. This here, when you opened up the door on the General Motors car, it cleverly was connected to the door, the post for the seatbelt on the harness. So when you closed the door, you actually sat in the car with the shoulder harness on your shoulder, and then that's all you had to do was put the lap belt on. I thought it was really nice. I mean, I don't know how well that held up in collisions and things like that, but I remember the striker plate on the door was very, very heavy and very well designed. It was a striker up on top of the door frame and a striker down below as well. So I think it was very clever how they did that and got around that. But this Buick Regal was a really surprisingly nice car. And this one here is out in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It's got 78,000 miles, and it looks to be a very dry, original type car. Now, when I say dry and original, you look at the radiator shroud, I don't see any rust. It looks dirty, it looks a little dusty, but everything looks very original. And the interior looks really nice with the photos that we have. So it has leather interior, so this was probably an upgrade. Had a center console, which was an upgrade as well. So, and then there's the wood trim and all that, the plastic wood trim that comes with the car. So it's a really pleasing type car to drive. Now, it has a sunroof, and I don't recall sunroofs being an option back then, so this could have been a dealer-installed sunroof, and I'm not big on those, so that's one of the first questions I would ask. But let's go back to remembering what this person's asking. He's asking $5,000 for this car. The average price of a new car in the dealerships today is almost $50,000. So if you need a car to go back and forth to work every day, or just have some fun and drive something different, you can buy this car for $5,000, put 100,000 miles on it, and probably sell it for $3,000 if you keep it nice. If the body is original paint, it has no rust, Albuquerque, it's kind of like New Mexico weather is not like Arizona. You have real weather patterns up there in New Mexico, but it looks like an original car, and the seller's giving a phone number here and code so you can give the person a call. He says he put new tires on it, new fuel injection. He's only selling it because he doesn't need it any longer. Kind of an honest thing. Oh, he also did new fuel injectors as well. So I like this car. I'd offer him $4,000 flat off the bat, and I'd probably stay firm at 4, and I bet you he'd take it because it might even be sold by now. But anyway, that's Rob's story on a car like this. It's really nice. I know I'm a little wacky when it comes to cars, but man, I got to tell you, this car is so nice. For $4,000 or $4,500, you would have so much fun with this car, and you'd laugh all the way past every time you pass a dealership with no monthly payments. And that $45,000 that you save, you can put it down on some real estate and build a garage. So there you go. Anyway, thanks very much for joining me here. If you're not part of the Rob's Car World subscribers, please subscribe to this channel. We love to see you. We're growing the channel nicely, and I'm very happy that we have our patrons as well. Those members really help keep this channel going, and that's very much appreciated. I'm going to leave the final slide up for you so you can see where the car is located. And again, it's just basically search Craigslist, Albuquerque, New Mexico, Buick Regal, and this car will come popping at you. Anyway, thanks very much for joining us today. It's Rob Lofreese with Rob's Car World. We'll see you here.